Welcome back to Stellar Pachyderm's Let's Play Stardrive 2 Opteris Hive. Just as a gentle reminder, we have begun our colonization program to larger worlds where we will be manufacturing troops at zero and sending them out. We're at war with the humans. We should be conquering them and finishing them off on in this episode, hopefully. We do have an unknown race over here. They are red. Generally, that means it's someone like the Volfar. Zero has stated today in a post that he will be releasing higher difficulty levels as well as a bunch of bug fixes in a patch supposed to come out today, maybe tomorrow, we'll see. And when that happens, I think I will redo my Volfar playthrough, stock Volfar playthrough, since I did have a bunch of video quality problems since that was the first time I'd started doing video production. I was still trying to get the video settings correct. So, since that series has a bunch of episodes at the beginning where the video quality is just absolutely awful, I'm going to be redoing that series, and I'll also be testing out the higher difficulty levels when I do that as well. So, that's my general plan. My college is starting up on the 23rd of this month, so hopefully I can get a few more series out in that time frame before school starts. So, let's see here. I think we're basically done with this turn. Let me just double check. Two turns, then crank out a few freighters, yeah. Alright, confirm the colonization, and we're actually going to be building Rover Bay, and then Rover Bay, aeroponic farm, and then a charging hub. The charging hub will be efficient on this world because there will be lots of population. For that, we'll do a research lab, starbase, trade goods. All right. So currently have 13 freighters, which should be enough for us to start building population, actually. We'll build it after the next freighter. Yeah. The Nadrachi Belt is now a food producer, producing 3 food, which is really going to help out our economy once it gets done. Alright, next turn it'll be done with its population building, so we'll go ahead and move one right now. Hilbar. Alright, banks are done researching. And xenosimulation would be nice. Orbital habitats would be really nice as well. We have freak research in energy, so let's go ahead and do ion beams. And get our fusion engines. That was exciting. We're also losing a lot of money currently. I need to shore that up. And move one more population over. Eleven turns on the River Bay on Hober, sorry. Well, that's annoying. Even though we were running positive, climbing back up, we'd been negative for too long, I guess. That's annoying. I have to rebuild that eventually. Yes, everything's happening at once. Perfect. Let's see how long it takes to get there with our plus 15. Not too long, actually. All right. Whoops. I think I got his engine. Take that, scurvy pirates. Yarr. Well, he's going to have a bit of an exciting welcome, isn't he? Because there's a star base there and a ship. Get our aeroponics farm rebuilt and a new citizen building after that. And main engineering will be really valuable for us because our ship designs are so big we can easily put a main engineering in there, which will decrease the power consumption costs of everything. So we also want Xenon simulation for when we invade humans. So let's research that one next. Huber is done building its automated river bay. It's building the airponic farm, then it'll be doing the charging hub. It needs 5 more population. Remember, folks, never auto a combat. Bad things will happen. i.e. you'll lose ships for no good reason. But, you know. What on earth? What on... What? What? There's nothing out that direction. Why did the game decide to shoot the initial volley out here? That is actually kind of funny. Well, that's kind of cool. The AI is trying to protect the ship and spread the damage out. Not terribly effectively, mind you. But it tried. That's why those little missiles are so useful. I took quite a bit of damage on that ship, on my ship though. Somehow, I'm not sure why my armor did not block that. I've never actually really experienced that where the armor did not block the shots when I was laid on the outside like that. I've never experienced it. Like, every now and again I have a shot get through and not actually do anything, but I've never experienced it to that extent. Never to that extent. That was actually pretty crazy. Well... That's interesting. That is really interesting that it didn't actually, engage him. He was able to slip past. It's actually a pretty good, fleet he's got there. Pretty good fleet. Fusion power, which I want. Heavily armored. Good amount of cannons on it. Weaponry. Laser cannons. I want to take out that engine because when I fight it with my two cruisers, I want to fight these ships in sequence, and I'll put it behind. So it's not going to be with the other cruisers, the other two cruisers. But I don't think I'm going to take out that engine. station's almost down. It's not gonna pick it up. That is unfortunate. Yep. Lost the station. I forgot to, oh my goodness. I forgot to do Oh my word. Oh my word. Well, let's see here. What can we do with this? Oh, no. Misclicks. I love it. Brought 4 troops with lasers. I lost my guy over there, didn't I? what would have been an easy defense with the proper gear turned into impossible odds with completely wrong gear. Ah, well. Why are we in the situation again where we didn't come through the wormhole? Mysteries of the universe. Oh, go through the wormhole. Yeah, wormhole problems. Is that like first world problems? Right. And is able to fully repair that engine. That is overall not good. Wait. And this ship, which was at 2% damage, came in missing gear that was never blown off in the previous combat. So I don't know. Racial passive just repaired my engines. One advantage to being cybernetic. Since also repairing damage from that. Alright. So I've defeated the human fleet at much damage to our own ships, and the one ship that came in missing pieces that were never destroyed in the previous combat it was in. What on earth? Okay. Yep, I was right. There's someone down here. On the other hand, this will give us xeno assimilation capture. I mean, so there's that. Not all bad. It's annoying. It's what it is. I should have grouped my. I should have grouped my invading ships with my other ships, but I didn't see those ships in defense either. So shoulda, woulda, coulda. Oh well. No ammo. It's like, why are they facing broadside and not shooting missiles? Ew, that's why. No ammo. Well, that is the disadvantage to having ammunition-focused ships designs, ammunition designs. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move back briefly. What in the world? Game, please. Okay.
And any troops off you. Create them. And launch. Okay, so the humans are really irritating right now because they have taken my homeworld. It must be rectified. And I believe we have the ground forces to do it finally. Alright, there we go. And victory! Didn't lose a single insect. Kick those filthy humans off my beautiful homeworld. Nice and polluted that it is. And I got industrial infrastructure. Heavy engineering is done researching. Particle capacitors, yes, I believe. Yes, beam weapon. However, rail rifles are a lot of fun. And since we're not doing mass drivers, let's do rail rifles. Mass drivers are too cheap. Too cheesy. Well, that's an interesting development. Although, this is for cannons, this is for beams, that's for beams. We don't really need class 1 shields anyways. You want fusion beam, or fusion engines. That's nice. Give me fusion power. And some credits? Really? You're gonna make this a, Alright, I'll give you rail rifles. That's not really that big of a thing, because I don't think you'll use it to begin with. And that gives me fusion power for free, essentially. He'll have fusion engines as well. But his ships can't really, like, his ships aren't that dangerous. So go ahead and do that. Gonna go to our shipyard. Here's our current design. Here's an interesting to note. Okay, see, look here. So theoretically, if we were to do this, we'd have 153 and 229, right? So, better turning speed by having the bigger engine with the same amount of slots filled. It was just a very interesting thing. If you want to take note, I don't know if you'll find it useful, but for the symmetry. Stickler for symmetry. Alright, so So they're draining 48. Yeah, 48 energy every when they fire, and that's how much capacity they take to fire, and they require that much every single time they tick, which I know is faster than once per second. So we're gonna guess at 2 per second. We have over more than that, so we should be okay. But what we should do for increasing the survivability of our ship, spread out those engines, those fusion power generators, spread them out a little bit. And since we do have a really terrible what's the word I'm looking for here? Engine to overall ship size, bad engine to overall ship size, we need to reduce the weight, which is why I'm using the plasteel. Plasteel will help us reduce the weight. So we have an energy boat here now. "28 ship speed, 43 turn rate." That is really good. That is actually really good. Our ship's pretty light. We have over 96 regen a second, plus the once per second of the 10. So we have more energy produced per second than I think we use. Just barely. I believe so. We have overall 940 capacity in our capacitors, which 80, 160, 200, 240, 480. So we would consume half our capacitors if we fired every single beam weapon simultaneously. So these increase our engine output, and since we have fusion engines, we get the biggest increase from that, and also decreases the power required by our ship components by 50%. So hopefully between having double the power generated that we would consume with firing the beam weapons, combined with main engineering, will make it so we don't run out of capacitor while firing the beams. Which is a common problem you'll have if you run beam weapons. So hopefully we have eliminated that with this design. We will call this the Slicer Mark 1. Save. So we need to go retake our world from the Ryla. I really wanted to auto that. I so wanted to auto that. Oh my goodness, I so wanted to auto that. They're gonna do the whole weave about while coming in, which really isn't going to do anything for them in the long run, other than prolong this fight. Oh my goodness. Wow, 3 of those hit. I'm surprised.
I mean, considering it has shield generators, it's really not going to do anything for it in the long run. Like, those 3 shots really aren't going to do much. They barely did the shields. I mean, they did a little bit of damage, just not a lot. Those missiles, however, did damage. Okay, we've gotten rid of his central shield. He's got the 2 wing shields left. His front is gone. Center's gone. There we go. And you're dead too. All right. Yeah, we need to make a exploration corvette. We really do. Here's the beautiful thing about exploration corvettes. Ludicrously cheap. We need 1 fusion or nuclear power plant somewhere on this design. Let's put it on the nose, because why not? And ta-da! Done. We'll call this the Explorer. Explorer Corvette. So there's his main fleet. Two cruisers. He's running carrier and energy weapon fusion beams, actually. Looks like. Let's zoom in a little bit closer and verify. Yeah, fusion beams. And he does have fusion power, but he doesn't have fusion power in this design. But he does have fusion power. And all these are point defense ships, which is ridiculously annoying. Oh, also something coming up the next patch, according to Zero, our ships will save their pre-deployment location after combat. And they will also save their engagement range. Want to start engaging that thing at maximum range, maximum possible range. And they fired a salvo off at that thing. No, you're supposed to shoot that thing, not that thing. Oh look, you killed it. I wonder why. Here's where I wish I could tell it individually which weapon I want firing. Because I would disable all of their large launchers. They are too wasteful against these little things, and these things can be blown out of the sky quite quickly with the little missile launchers I have on these. Little micro missile launchers. And the 3 back here. Can take these out very effectively. And not waste huge quantities of ammunition. I mean huge quantities. I mean, look at that. They spent probably over half the ammo they spent was wasted trying to hit those little things by shooting those big missiles at them. But I mean, whatever. I wiped out its navy. He has a second navy. On the plus side, he doesn't have those little tiny ships. He's got destroyer-sized ships. That's gonna retreat. Retreat. That's not gonna retreat. And that's not gonna retreat. Okay, the ones that aren't gonna retreat of those are actually gonna be. That's actually really good for me. Really good for me. Let's go ahead and go to top side this time. The reason why it's really good for me is because they're bigger to hit. They're much slower, as you can see, much slower, which means the big missiles aren't going to be wasted on them. Oh, why? Okay, well in that case, shoot your second salvo at this one. Alright. Stop shooting at those things now. The epitome of frustrating. Oops. No ammo. Well, apparently they had enough ammo to launch 1 or 2 last missiles was enough. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. But, wow. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? There's more ships? What? Oh, these are the ones that retreated. Yeah, I'm gonna come up and ram you. With my complete and utter lack of ammo. Ooh, 20% missile damage bonus, 10% damage bonus, 0% damage reduction bonus, but that's kind of cool. So basically, I have a 30% damage bonus when I'm using missiles on those ships. That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Ironically, I was able to defeat them with no ammo because I clicked auto. Unjustified, but I'll take it. Okay. He's got a ranged staff and a ranged staff, so he's got 2 ranged. This guy and that guy. Oh, in other news, I could be using my railguns. Could be. But I'm not. You know, ground combat would be slightly more interesting if certain weapons couldn't shoot through allies, or did damage to them if you tried. And I have clean energy. So, right there, I just got a 50% output boost to whatever plan I build both those on, basically. Essentially. Not quite, but pretty close to a 50% industry boost. Which is pretty great. That's pretty great. I am a fan. Gonna need the starbase. We're gonna want that. On the plus side, we did get our charging hub up, and we do have also a aeroponic farm, so we're completely self-sufficient on food out here. Energy beam is energy focus is complete. Here's gonna be an interesting situation. The lone pirate versus the Ryla invasion force, which is really pathetic. Their ships, just those are those little teeny tiny ships, aren't they? That's what they look like to me. Or no, those are cruisers. Those are cruisers. Never mind. Three cruisers versus the lone pirate. I'm not going to hold out hopes for the lone pirate winning. So, 5 turns. And I think that'll hold it here for this episode. Unfortunately, we weren't able to take out the humans because we got invaded on the backside by the Ryla. So, it slowed us down a bit. The crystals are valiantly protecting their space from the Courtesine Collective's colonization push. And we still haven't found out who Red is, but it also looks like the humans are gearing up for another invasion force. That's what that looks like to me. He's got disruptors now. So, we will come back to this next episode. See you next time.